We going live, baby. Greetings. What's going on, guys? Hey, man. Welcome to the last live of the year. It's your boy, man. I just want to make sure that I'm audible, man, that you can hear me and see me. Guys, if you can hear me, if you can see me, type one in the chat. Type one in the chat. What we're going to do today is what we do all the time when we go live. We're going to give out some gifts, right? I'm still feeling in the gift giving spirit, okay? I'm giving you guys my free fat loss system, the 50 and 5 month formula. What's that, Coach Corey? Glad you asked, right? It's the system, the protocol that I myself utilize to lose 50 pounds, 5 month, get ripped, right? Y'all see it, stay ripped for the past almost 10 years and teach it to hundreds to thousands of people. If you want access to that free system, links in the chat. It's also in the description of this here video. I got to go to Facebook and manually enter their link in, man, because Meta just got some things going on with my link drops. It's all good, baby, right? Because in life, you adapt. You don't fucking complain like the other losers. You just find a way to make it happen no matter what. Guys, I see the ones coming in. I see the ones happening. What's happening, guys? What it is, what it ain't, what it's gonna be. Okay. We got one of the guys coming through. Andre. What's happening, Andre? You know what I'm saying? James Harden Fitness has made his triumphant return. What's going on? Corey 2025. I'm not running for president. I have no desire to be El Presidente. But I do appreciate the acknowledgement of my professional acumen and my ability to service the people, man, because the people need change. That's one thing that, people get excited about with campaigns and New Year's is change. What kind of change y'all want to make this year? Let me know in the chat. All right, what we got? Can you help me get nice and bulky? Maybe. All right. What, like when you say bulky, could you be more specific? That's my number one lesson, guys. If you want to have a successful 2025, do not be vague with your motherfucking goals. You need to be very clear and specific. For example, this is a vague ass goal. What's the chances that Jer is going to get big and bulky if he don't even know what big and bulky means or has not clearly defined that? Right? That'd be like me inviting a friend to come visit me in Florida and not telling them my address. Just say, hey, man, just come to Florida. You'll see this handsome, bald black dude with a beard eventually, right? They would be like, yo, what? Like, how am I going to find you? You know what I'm saying? You need a specific address to be able to locate me. Just like my man's Jair or Jer, however you say it. You want to have a specific target as it relates to being bulky. Like, what does that look like? How many pounds of lean muscle do you want to have? What you want your body fat percentage? And by when do you want to get there? Those are the three parts that actually have setting a New Year's goal that you can attain. All right. Hopefully that was helpful. You know what I'm saying? That's a wild thing. Yo, just come to Florida. People be doing that with their goals. Yeah, man, I just want to lose some fat and tone up. The fuck does that mean, man? How you going to do that, man? Well, you don't even know what that means to you, right? Also, type in the chat, man, what's your goal for the upcoming year? If you got a New Year's goal, type your goal below. I would love to know how I can help support you guys be great. My man's Jay Bizzle. He says, hey, man, thanks for helping me lose 55 pounds. Hey, man, let's clap it up for Jay Bizzle for shizzle. Can you help me with my macros? I'm 5'11", 298, male. Yeah. I can do make my macros real quick, man. Guys, if you want me to make your macros, type in the chat, make my macros with your age, your height, your weight, and your goal. Okay. And as I say that, that's the one thing that you're missing, Jay Bizzle. I don't know your age. I got your height and your weight, but I have no idea how old you are, bro. So if you type that in the chat, I can help you. All right. If you want me to make your macros, type your age, height, weight, and goal. And if you on YouTube, you might need to type your gender too, because YouTube got weird random icons, man. So I need to know what it is. My man's That's My Bike Punk 89. Shout out to Debo. Says, I'm trying to lose 50 pounds next year. Can I make it? Well, if you trying, probably not. Try is an honest lie. The fuck you mean you gonna try? You either gonna do or not do it. Which one is it? Right? It's about commitment, baby. It's about commitment. Happy New Year 2025 time. That's what's up, Almeric. Happy New Year's Eve. We almost close to the ball drop. I'm gonna be asleep when the ball drop. Jay Bizzle. All right, here we go. Jay Bizzle is 44. Okay. 5'11. And my man is 298. Looking to get land. And so what we need is this. And then get here. And all right. So Jay Bizzle, your BMR is 2,200 calories. What I would do is simply put you at a caloric deficit of 200 calories. So what I would do, if I was coaching you, I'll put you at 2,000 calories as your goal. So write that down. Go get your pen and pad, big dog. If you ain't got it, I'm about to break it down. Get your pen and pad. This is what I would say. 2,000 calories. You want to consume 200 grams of protein daily, 150 grams of carbs, and 67 grams of total fat. You do that every day, Jay Bizzle. You're going to notice a dizzle, right? That's a difference for y'all that don't get the reference. You just come back and give me a shout, man, once you lose a bunch of weight on that, okay? Tony, what's up, Tony? Hey, happy New Year to you, big dog. Let's keep winning this year, man. Let's keep it popping. Let's keep it popping. All right. So Nick says he's 32, 5'8", 162 male. What's your goal, man? You want to lose some fat? You want to build some muscle? I'm not a psychic, bro. I need some help. Can you tell me what your goal is, sir? Make my macros. All right, Corey. Cool name, but you spelled it wrong, right? I got the belly spelling. Ain't no E's in this joint. 51, 6'1", 320. You big as hell, but it's okay, right? You ain't got to stay that way, man. I want to see if I can help you tonight with that. Okay, going into 2025, let's build your macros, shall we, buddy? So 6'1". Anybody that's over 300 pounds, I typically, once I find your BMR, I put you in like a more aggressive deficit than somebody who's like under 300 pounds. Because the reason, you know, you got up to 300 is just like sedentary lifestyle, right? Am I right about that, man? You sedentary. you got a job where you sit down a lot. You know what I'm saying? If that's the case, then that means that you just don't need as many calories going in because you ain't burning them. That's why you big, right? So actually, I would because your BMR is 2,300 calories. So your macros are pretty similar to the homie I just did. You know, I would take you to 2,000 as your calorie goal. I put you at 200 grams of protein, 150 grams of carbs, 67 grams of fat too. Because yeah, at 2300 BMR, you go down to 2,000, yo, you're gonna be in a deficit, baby. You're gonna be in a deficit. All right. Lil Lemon says, what's this? It's alive. Welcome. You know what I'm saying? Mercedes Watson. What up, Mercedes? Make my macros. I can do that. Hey, if y'all like Pellegrino, type P in the chat. I'm a big fan, man. Pellegrino for the win. All right. Mercedes 67. All right. You are 5'6". And you are 214. Okay, we got some work to do. And essentially your BMR, so your basal metabolic rate, how many calories your body burns on its own, Mercedes, it's 1,500. So what that means is like, if we just put you 200 calories less than that at 1,300 as your target, you know, that would essentially be conducive to making it to where you can lose some fat. Now your macros, do you got your pen and pad out, Mercedes? Go get that. About to break it down, right? 130 grams of protein, 98 grams of carbs, 43 grams of total fat. You do that every day, Mercedes, you're going to lose a ton of fat. Just ensure that you're adequately hydrated. Get you at least a gallon of water in every day. And guys, if you want me to do your macros next, type make my macros with your age, your height, your weight, and your goal. And if you on YouTube, you got to do your gender because I don't know y'all genders. We got a super chat. We got a super chat for one of the homies. Okay. Let me see who super chatted your boy. Shout out to Les. All right. I think Les is a guy, right? Maybe. We're gonna see. So Les, you ain't give me your gender, so we're just gonna say you might be a guy, right? You 5'5", 220. You want to drop 30 pounds. How old are you? If you give me your age with that, Les, I'll be able to give you the best as it pertains to your macros. I need more information though. Can you verify that you're either a male or female? And then give me your age, and I got you. Yeah, there you go, Les. I knew you could do it, Les, man. I knew it wasn't. I knew it wasn't impossible, man. Anything's possible. 44. All right. Les is 44. He's 5'5". And my man is 220. Okay. So you got that big belly, huh? You got some work to do, man, but it's all good. We can lose that Santa belly. So your BMR is 1800. Basically, what I would do if I was coaching you, I would just say, hey man, just come in 1600 calories, right? So like 200 calories under that, 1600 calories is your goal. You better not be driving the truck while you're watching this, man, because you can't write it down. Maybe you can watch the replay later, right? But 1600 calories with these following macros, right? 160 grams of protein, 120 grams of carbs, 53 grams of total fat. Yo, you do that every day, Les, you're going to be killing the game, all right? You're going to be killing the game. Guys, if you want your macros made, just type make my macros in the chat with your age, your height, your weight, your goal, and your gender if you're not a Facebooker, okay? Bruce. I know Bruce is a man because he's on what? He's on Facebook. Facebook got that gender up there. So my man is 47, 5'7", 186. Workout consistently 4 days a week. That does, in fact, deserve a flex emoji. I like that. 30 to 40 minutes of HIIT weights, total body. Been sober 3 months. Hey, let's clap it up. Sound, body, and mind for Bruce, man. He out here sober. He ain't putting that filth in his body no more. I want to get leaner and continue building muscle. Happy New Year and blessings. Listen, I can give you your macros for that. If you want to get leaner, I can tell you what you got to do. You already gave me your stats, right? So let me do that. 47. The brother is 5'7". 5'7". And the weight is 186. All right. So your BMR is 1700 calories, brother Bruce. Basically, in order to create a calorie deficit, lose fat, maintain that lean muscle mass, you know what I'm saying, and get you lean as quick as possible, just strip 200 calories up off of that. Target 1500 calories. You writing this down, big dog? Bruce, you get it. You got to get your pen and pad out if you ain't got it. All right? Giving you golden nuggets here. 1500 calories, right? You come in with a protein target of 150 grams of protein. You do that at 113 grams of carbs, 50 grams of total fat. At least get you a gallon of water in a day. Hey, guess what, Bruce? You about to be out here getting all kinds of what? Gains, man. You about to be getting lean. Okay? Guys, if you want your macros made next, type make my macros with your age, your height, your weight, and your goal. Okay? Got another one coming through. Savvy's Corner. Savvy's corner. Savvy corner. Are you a male, female? I don't know what savvy. Savvy is unisex. I know women and men that are savvy. Right. So savvy, you gotta give me some details, man. I don't know if you're male or female. However, I know CC is a woman, right? I know CC is a woman because that the little icon is woman. It's close enough. I can see like a little woman emoji. And I don't know no dude's named CC. Okay. So we're gonna do this one real quick. We're gonna come back to Savvy. I see you, Savvy. I see you type the female. Thank you for that. All right, CC. 194. Okay. Ooh wee. Ooh wee, Savvy. You got some work to do for sure. But you know, that's why we here. We here to work, right? We ain't here to complain. We ain't here to stay the same. We're here for change, right? So you are, oh, you know what, CC? I was ready to do it. You ain't put your height in there, so I can't do it. Damn. We're going to go back to Savvy. All right, Savvy. Savvy gave me what I needed. I'm sorry, CC. Y'all got to, man, I feel like I'm like speaking Spanish, man. Like I gave 4 directives. Yeah. If you want your macros made, guys, it's age, height, weight, right? And then goal. If you are on YouTube, you got to put your gender too, because y'all got some weird icons and names. I don't want to be out here giving y'all the wrong stats, because your creature on your icon is unisex, and you one sex, right? All right. So good news, Savvy. I got your stats. So your BMR is, make sure this is right, 27, 5'5", 193. Okay. So you got a fast BMR for a lady. So your BMR is 1600, meaning that your body just burns that on its own. So your target that I would set is 1400, basically, as your calorie deficit goal. So 1400 calories as your goal every day. 140 grams of protein, Savvy. You writing this down? You got your pen and pad? Better have your pen and pad. 105 grams of carbs and 47 grams of total fat. You do that every day, come on, man. You're going to be out here getting all the wins, getting all the gains, right? Just come back and shout your boy out. Make sure you get a gallon of water in a day, though. I highly recommend that. Hey, Corey, I was prescribed oxycodone. Will that slow down my gains in the gym? Man, to some degree, right? You know, when it comes to the oxycodone in and of itself, it essentially is prescribed for people who, in my experience that I've seen, you know, it's sort of like an opioid treatment. So it may sort of be habit forming to some degree, right? And it's going to lead to, like, it's going to lead to some restrictions, right? Like you're going to have some respiratory distress to some degree. It's there to treat pain and reduce inflammation primarily. I wouldn't say it's going to necessarily impede on the biological side of your gains. I think it's more so going to impede on your performance to some degree, you know. But I think as long as you're doing what you need to do with the nutrition, right? You're hitting the macros on a regular basis. You're actually tracking what you're doing. And you said gains. So I'm thinking you're saying you want to build some muscle, right? You want to build some muscle. You got to track your performance as it relates to that, right? So I would say as long as your weights are going up, I don't see why not. I don't see why not, man. That's my take on it. Oh, we got a super chat. Oh, it's my mother. Hey, shout out to you. I hope all is well with you. Happy New Year. Hey, I'm stupendous. Happy New Year to you too. I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate that. Can you do a video on beginner 60 workout strength training? Thanks. what do you mean when you say beginner strength workout, right? Like, I don't know that there's a standard beginner routine for everybody. I think depending on where you're beginning from, there is certain things you need to be mindful of. For example, if you got bad knees, right? You out here with them old man knees, right? Every time you walk up and down the stairs, it feel like somebody's stabbing you in the top of your kneecaps, right? You may have to worry about certain things that someone who doesn't have that problem as a beginner doesn't have to worry about. By and large, hip hinging, right? Getting your body better at utilizing the hips, the glutes, the hamstrings, the back side of your legs so that they fire and the front side of your legs aren't overtaxed to the point where you keep relying on your knees to stabilize and get you through movements. So it just depends on the person, man. That's why I don't make like, hey, this is the workout for beginners, right? Because that shit doesn't address like I give advice that pretty much anybody who has this goal that I'm talking about in the video, they can take it and do it. You know, a whole specific workout for a beginner, I would need to know everything. I would need to know your current weight. I would need to know what your goal is. I would also need to know, again, injury history, right? That's why I build custom programs for my clients. I don't just sell a bunch of like basic cookie cutter plans because everybody's body's different, you know? Now, if you do want some more customization and help because you are a beginner, you know what I'm saying? I think you could potentially apply to set up a one-on-one with me. There's a link inside the free fat loss system. If you go check that out, you'll be able to, you know, apply to chat. But yeah, man, I think you just I gotta know more information to give you recommendations around that. But I could certainly say the key is building around what your goal is and how well your body moves, like how good your mobility is. My man's Afterparty Beats, that's a good name. How do I make my how do I make macros? 26, 5'8", 215. Well, you're in luck. Afterparty Beats, I'll make them for you, right? Appreciate the super chat, by the way. All right, so you 26. It's super simple, bro. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take your stats and I'm gonna find your BMR. And then once I get your BMR, that's where I'm gonna prescribe you calories and then build your macros. So get your pen and pad ready, baby. It's about to go down, man. We're about to make this happen right now. Now, I will say, when I'm making macros, guys, this is like the initial start of your macros. You're going to hit a point where if you got like a big goal, like my man Afterparty Beats, he only has to lose 25 pounds to hit his goal. So that's not a lot. You got to lose like 50, 60, or even 100 pounds like some of my clients. There's going to come a point in time where the macros need to be adjusted. And that's another thing that we talk about in that free fat loss system. Go get you a copy. We got you. All right, Afterparty Beach. You got your pen and pad out? So look, your BMR is 1900. The calories I will put you at to put you in a deficit is 200 beneath that. So 1700 should be your caloric goal for fat loss. Write that down, buddy. That's an important number. That's your sweet spot. That's the golden number. Then 170 grams of protein, 128 grams of carbs every day, and 57 grams of total fat. My man, Afterparty Beast, you do that every day, you're going to get fantastic results, right? Just make sure you get a gallon of water in. You stay consistent tracking it. And again, once you get to your goal, if you got another goal, you're going to have to get a new set of macros to go with it. Guys, if that was helpful and you want your macros done next, type make my macros in the chat with your age, your height, your weight, your goal. And if you are on YouTube, you need to write your gender. Okay. Those 5 things. You don't do those 5 things, I can't help you, baby. The King, 458. Greetings. That's a nice car you got in your icon, man. Now, he doesn't have to give me his stats and gender because I know only a dude is going to put that in anything. He says, Corey, I got big as hell, but with straight muscle mass. I was 143 to 160. Cut is about to be insane. Hey, let's just give a flex emoji to my man, the King. You know what I'm saying? That's what's up. congrats on getting muscle, right? Putting on muscle. That's what you want. That's it. Muscle is the most valuable sort of resource that your body can have as it pertains to not only having long-term success with health, right? Being able to burn more calories at rest is extremely advantageous to ensure that you don't get fat again later, right? If you big as hell. But then it also leads to better mobility, better flexibility, range of motion. You're stronger, so you can handle, more resistance or do more things. And then, more importantly, man, like bone density, you know what I'm saying? People who got more muscle live longer, you know what I mean? So that's what we aiming for. That's what we aiming for. My man said, you know what I'm saying? Thanks, no problem. He thought I was Desmond from RDC. All right, I don't know who that is, man, but shout out to them. My man said I'm swole like SpongeBob. I'm sorry to hear that, man. I didn't know SpongeBob was swole. When was SpongeBob swole? I thought he was a sponge. Nick wants to drop 20 pounds. I can help you with that, man. That's not a problem. So we got my man's Nick. Guys, if you want your macros made next, type make my macros in the chat with your age, your height, your weight, and also your goal. If you're on YouTube, you gotta include that gender too. All right, so Nick is 32. My man is 3'2". He is 5'8", and he's 162 pounds. You want to lose another 20. All right. My man's want to get real lean. So your BMR is 1650, meaning that if I was coaching you, I'll put you 200 less than that. So put you at a smooth 1450, right? For your macros, protein, right? 145 grams of protein, carbs, 109 grams of carbohydrates, along with 48 grams of total fat. You do that every day with your 1450 calories, get you a gallon of water in, bro, you're going to get all kinds of success, all kinds of wins. Just come back and shout your boy out, as you start to see more and more success. Guys, if you want your macros made next, just type in the chat your age, your height, your weight, your goal, right? And then your gender, if you over there on good old Facebook or YouTube, I should say. How you tracking people's macros? Can you show us? Yeah, man. I show you inside the guide, man, that I'm giving y'all for free. It's called the 50 and 5 month formula. It's my free fat loss system. The link is in the chat, man. Go get you a copy, brother. Go get you a copy. It's in the chat, and I also put it in the description of the video. But basically, I just go to a BMR calculator on Google. I walk you through it on the videos that I put inside the guide. But I just go to a BMR calculator with y'all stats, and then I go to a macro ratio calculator. I just punch the numbers in, and it gives me the data. Now, these are formulas and sort of information and data that I've battle tested the past 9 years now of coaching people. So it's not only something that, I know work for myself to lose 50 pounds in 5 months, but I've had, hundreds and hundreds of clients go through this program now who've also lost way more weight than me. I got motherfuckers losing 50 pounds in 3 months, 100 pounds in 5 months, right? So like this stuff's battle tested. If you follow these macros, you get some wins for sure. I'm going to put that forehead on a diet. Make that brain think less. I like that, right? Because thinking about making a change ain't going to make a change. You got to take action, baby. That's the key. Oh, CC finally came back through with the stats. What up, CC? Yeah, make my macros. CC is a 29-year-old female. Shout out to the ladies in the chat. She 5'6", 194. Oh, you got some work to do. 194? You knocking on that 100 though, Steph. You got to get that off you, girl. Gots to get that up off you. All right. So 5, 6. All right. CC, do you have your pen and pad out, girl? If you don't, go get that immediately. Go get your pen and pad out. About to drop some gems, okay? Your macros are as follows, okay? Your target calories is 1,400. Where did I get 1,400 from? I just told y'all, the BMR, right? CC, your BMR is 1,600 calories. So your body burns that on its own. And essentially, you just come 200 calories underneath that, boom, you in a deficit. Now, with this aggressive deficit, it's important to prioritize the protein. 140 grams of protein is the number one thing. Number two, carbohydrates, 105 grams of carbohydrates, and then fats, 47 grams of total fat. See, so you do this every day, you at least get you a gallon of water in a day. I know it's a lot of water. You're going to be pissing a lot. Fuck it. It's got to get up out of you. You do that, you're going to get all type of success. All I ask, just come through, show some love, and tell me how much weight you lost once you lost it. You know, you say you got to lose 40 pounds. You can get that off by March. You put in the work. All right. Jolyn Rollins. What up, Jolyn? I'm probably butchering your name. I'm sorry. Hey, she says, can you help me lose 20 pounds? Hey, 20 pounds is light work. If you drop your stats below, I can give you your macros to do so. Just type make my macros with your age, your height, your weight, and your goal, Jolyn. I'll make sure I'm paying close attention to the chat to see it and give you your stats. If you don't want to wait around for me to give you these boring ass numbers, you want to do it on your own, you can't get that free fat loss system in the chat. This is what I'm actually utilizing to get people's stats as we speak. So, you know what I'm saying? It's up to you, Jolyn. I can knock it out while we still live, or you can get that free fat loss system. We're gonna drop it again one more time for the people that just came through. Good old 50 and 5 month formula. Okay. I have a gallon jug of water. Hey, you get that, CC. You get it popping. You drink all that agua. Can you lose weight while drinking? Yeah, water. I drink water every day. You talking about alcohol? I mean, maybe. It's gonna be very difficult. Why? Because alcohol is anti everything progression as it pertains to muscle growth and fat loss. Let me tell you about what alcohol do. When you consume it, right, it's toxic in nature. So it doesn't metabolize it to use for energy at all. First thing it does, your body say, ugh, we gotta get this shit out of us immediately. So it starts to go through what? Your liver, right? To get pushed out. Them toxins gotta leave your body immediately. And when that happens, that blunts two processes associated with muscle growth and fat loss. One is called lipolysis, right? If you don't want to do the boring Google search of what that is, that's basically the process of your body converting fat into fuel, you burning fat. When you drink that alcohol, you had that Bud Light, you had that Corona, you had that tequila, right? You had that margarita. It's killing all that lipolysis. You ain't burning no fat that day. Bye until that shit leaves your system and no more lipolysis. The other thing, same thing with muscle growth. Muscle growth is a process of your body breaking down muscle, repairing it with the amino acids from protein. There's a process called muscle protein synthesis. That's when it's taking those proteins that you eat, that I be talking about in my videos, and just making new muscle for you. Guess what? When you consume alcohol, it kills the muscle protein synthesis process. Bye, it's done. So you ain't building no muscle, burning no fat, right? So yeah, you can drink, you know what I'm saying, if you want, but it's going to be fucking up all your progress, right? If you're okay with that, hey, toast up, pop a bottle tonight for me, because I ain't doing it. I ain't doing it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't doing it. Do you smoke weed at all? Nah, I do not. Have I done it in the past? Yeah, recreationally, just to see what all the hype was about. But honestly, guys, I don't drink and smoke because I don't have a desire to escape from the life that I have, because I've created a life that I enjoy. My life feels like I'm high every day off just the environment that I've created for myself, right? I feel like when people, feel like they need, a little buzz to lighten up, to loosen up. It's because essentially the environments that they've surrounded themselves in or created for themselves are not the ones that they enjoy. I fuck with my life. My life feels like a vacation every day. I get to wake up and do what I love every day and help people in a meaningful way. I get to push myself to be a better version of myself all the time. What's there to escape from? I don't have an overwhelming desire to escape from a life that I love. And that's what I encourage you guys to strive for this year, is like, make a life that you fuck with so much that you feel like you on a high all the time. You don't need external substances or circumstances to be in a certain way for you to feel good about life. Right? Guys, if that was helpful, if that made sense, give me a thumbs up in the chat. Give me a thumbs up in the chat. Yeah, Texas Slug. That's what's up, man. Shout out to the slugs in Texas. I want to be skinny and get back to enjoying my life, back to where I was when I was young. Well, Shane, how do you plan to do that? You need to stop thinking and talking about what you're going to do and start taking actions to make it happen. All right. So really the question is, what do you got to do tonight to start to put yourself in the best position to get there? Because just because you want it don't mean you're going to get it. You don't get what you want in life, right? You get what you work for, right? So you got to ask yourself, what do you got to do? Who you got to be? What kind of habits you got to create to get there, man? That's the key, man. What makes you keep pushing even when you have a good physique? Pause. Because I have higher aspirations to get even better. I feel like I have not reached my full potential. The funny thing about any pursuit of a goal is that when you are dialed into the habits that eventually get you to the goal, sometimes you forget that you're even on the journey to that goal because you only focus on the habits. So then you get through the habits, right? Maybe you get to the goal. Maybe I'm somebody's goal right now. But then I see along that process how much more I could have done because I was only focusing on what I could do. And that's the thing about perpetual success. It's like you find out there's always more you can do. There's always more you can do. Right. So I got bigger goals, man. I ain't done. I've went through stages in my life where I didn't like what I saw. Now I like what I see, but I'm helping other people like what they see, with their physique. And that's part of my that's part of my goal. But I have to hold myself to a certain standard. Texas Slug, man, you need a podcast. I can listen throughout the day. You got a good motivation. Hey, I appreciate that. Guys, if you think I should do a podcast soon, give me a thumbs up in the chat. I want to see if the streets want that. Planet, what up, Planet? I like being on the planet. How you get rid of a big back at home? It's simple, Planet. You got to burn more calories than you consume. All that fat on your body ain't got nothing to do with the workouts you do. You think that because you at home, you got some type of limitation that somebody at the gym don't have? That's only true if you believe it's true. If you believe you limited because you at home, you want somebody to feel sorry? Nah, man, listen, you got to burn more calories than you consume. That's it. It ain't got nothing to do with a workout at home or none of that shit. Right? If you train your back muscles, yeah, you'll have more muscle when that fat comes off. But if you just want the fat gone, you got to burn more calories than you consume. That's it. Right? But remember, if you think you limit it, you believe that's all you're going to see is your limitations. When you argue for your limitations, guys, you get to keep those limitations. All right? You want to stay like this? If the answer is no, get off your ass, get in action. Do what you can do. Start tracking them macros like I talk about in the free fat loss system, right? Start doing whatever workouts you have access to at home. You know what I mean? There's millions of things you can do at home, but the most important thing is dietarily, right? Make sure you're taking those steps there. And you can see all kinds of success even this month. That big back can become a slick back, lean back, sexy back. What should my caloric intake be at 5'6", 125, 12 years old? I can't do any macro adjustments for children. So if you are under the age of 18, I'm sorry. I can't do your macros, right? Jenna, is it harder to learn to pull up as a female? It depends. Like, biologically speaking, it could be easy to say yes, because females have less lean muscle mass traditionally than men do in some cases, right? It just depends on how long this woman's been training versus another guy. But I know some women who are way stronger than some dudes that I coach, right? So it's relative. With a pull-up, it's not just about lean muscle and strength. It's also about how that relates to your body weight. So if you big as hell, it's way more difficult. I ain't gonna say probably. It's way more difficult to do a pull-up than if you lean. All right, so I think that's objective number one. You want to do a pull-up, ladies, right? I know some ladies. I got some ladies on my program that have done pull-ups. You gotta get lean first, right? And the other thing is like training in a way that encourages the muscles that are engaged in the pull-up to get stronger, right? So obviously doing variations of regressions to pull-ups. To talk about some in some videos I've posted in the past. Pause pull-ups where you hold yourself at the top, do like an isometric hold to incorporate more stabilizer muscles around those lats and upper mid back muscles. Slow negatives, right? Where you slowly lower yourself down, train those muscles to get better at holding your weight. You do those things, man, you get all kinds of progressions as far as your strength, but you got to be lean enough first. You know what I'm saying? You got to be lean enough first. Oh, Kimberly says, Happy New Year. Hey, thank you, Kimberly. Thank you for that. Thank you. Corey, can I make a big chest at home? It's going to be a little more challenging at home, but it can happen. Want to know what the key to getting a big chest is? Progressive overload. What that basically means is you have to tax these muscles around this area up in your titties, up your man chest, so much so that you force them to grow. Now, there's ways to do that at home, but it just depends on what you have, right? Like, you only can do so much with some motherfucking push-ups, right? So I got some clients that got a bench press at home. They got the dip station. I even got some clients that got like the cable crossover machine in their garage or in their home, in the basement, whatever. So you got a bunch of instruments at home, yeah, right? But the key to having a nice chest is progressive overload. So if you're only doing push-ups or some dumbbell training, you have to progress past where you essentially can do, let's say, a certain number of reps for an exercise. Like if you're doing a single set over 15 or 20 reps, like that amount of resistance is not sufficient for the progression of overload in the chest. So if you out here got some light dumbbells or some resistance bands, you can do like 20 fucking reps. You ain't gonna build no big chest with that, man. You gotta get some more resistance. And like I said, a few ways to do that: get you a barbell bench set up at home, get you a dip station, get you a cable station, whatever. But I don't know that you got to do that, right? It just depends on your situation, right? Some people can afford to invest in a home gym, like they don't mind investing that money for that. Some people want to save money and just go somewhere where the gym's already built and get a gym membership, just depends. Planet says, Happy New Year. Happy New Year, Planet. That's what's up. Can alcoholics be bodybuilders? I just kind of talked about this a little bit. Probably not, because it's not conducive to bodybuilding. You got to think from a hormonal standpoint, it causes havoc on all the processes that you would want to emphasize to build your body. It blunts fat loss and muscle building. Why the fuck would you want to do that if you want to build a better body? So I would say, it's probably ways to overcome it, but why? Why put yourself through that? You know what I'm saying? Hey, big Bruce then came through. Hey, Bruce, let's clap it up for Bruce, man. Bruce is an Armstrong Army graduate. He just graduated, 4-month program with us. He lost, Bruce, you can correct me if I'm wrong in the chat. I think it was like 48 pounds, almost 50 in 4 months. You know what I'm saying? He out here getting them wins, man. Happy New Year to you. Hey, let us know, man, when you lose the rest of that weight, man. Get down to that 225, man. I'm rooting for you, big dog. Keep up the good work. Is pasta grains good for weight loss? I would say it makes it more difficult than it needs to be. Have you ever read the back of a label of pasta? It's a bunch of fucking calories for a small ass portion of food. So you're talking about essentially, could you make it work and create a calorie deficit? Yes. But would you want to go through the drudgery of having this little ass portion of food that takes up a ton of your calories for the day? I think we all know the answer to that. Hell no. So you can do it if you want, but you got to track it all and make sure it fits your calories and macros. Again, if you're new to that, if you don't know how to do that calorie and macro thing, yo, go get the free fat loss system in the chat. It's free. It'll teach you everything you need to know. Yeah. My man Bruce said 48 pounds. Yeah, man, y'all are killing the game, man. Hey, y'all can get results like that too. Just go get that fat loss system, man. You know what I'm saying? You want to be like Bruce, lose 48 pounds in 4 months. Corey and good core workout with lower back issues. Manuela, what up, Manuela? I would say if you're struggling with back pain, the key to your core training is doing movements that deactivate the hip flexors, right? So a lot of people, when they do, for example, y'all ever see somebody do like a bunch of sit-ups and they brag about that shit like it's just like the most impressive thing in the world. Like, yeah, man, I'm out here doing, hundreds of sit-ups a night. And sit-ups don't work your abs at all. Y'all know that? Sit-ups work your hip, they work the shit out of your hip flexors. That's why people who do end up having back pain always experience pain in relation to those sit-ups. So sit-ups, crunches, leg raises, all of that could essentially become a hip flexor movement if you're not careful. So what I would advise Manuela, anybody else who has lower back pain, is start using variations of movements that like turn your hips off. I talk about this at length in my simple six-pack system. It's another free guide I wrote, really all about core training and doing movements that actually work to build your abdominals, but more importantly, doing them with the right form. There's form videos in there. It's completely free. I'll drop that below as well for Manuela and anyone else who may want that. The simple six-pack system. You know the vibes. Go get that. Okay. Hopefully that's helpful. Give me a thumbs up, guys, if that was helpful information. It's gonna be hard giving up liquor and weed next year, but I'm ready to lose weight that I gained back from losing weight. Listen, everything in life comes with some form of difficulty. So when you think about it, like you're gonna suffer through the difficulty of either one, disciplining yourself now to make that change that you want to see, or two, this is the path a lot of people choose, the difficulty or the pain of being in a state of regret later because you didn't do shit and you should have, or that there was so much opportunity and so much potential you had, you squandered it. You know how many people get to the end of their lives and they regret not taking the actions or giving up the things or staying more focused on themselves? A lot of people. You want to be one of those people? You know what I'm saying? Get old as hell and regret not doing something about this because you got all these diseases and issues you got to deal with now? If the answer is no, then think about that shit when you think about that liquor and weed and all that other bullshit that's keeping you where you at. Think about that, right? Because that's the reality. We're the sum total of our actions, guys. Everything you've done to this point got you where you are today. You want to be somewhere different the next year? You got to start taking new actions today. Yes, you do. Right? Because you don't, it's gonna be another repeat. All right. That was helpful. Give me a thumbs up in the chat. Thumbs up. What's your favorite exercise with no equipment? It's gonna be pull up. I really like pull ups. So much so that sometimes I find myself like I write programs. For example, in my coaching program, we've partnered with a company that built an app, and we put my content in there. So me and all my clients got access to our workouts inside our app. Right. I find myself in the gym. Like, let's say I'm in there and it say I've written for myself lat pull downs, right? If the lat pull downs machine's taken, you know what I mean? I don't even wait my turn. I just go do some pull-ups, baby. Because I just enjoy those, I think, more than any other body weight exercise. You know, it used to be dips, but I don't know. Like after a certain point, like dips start to get easy. Pull-ups are always challenging. Like there's something about that. It's always challenging. You know, and I really just enjoy the challenge of like, you know, being able to do it. And there's so many variations to the pull-ups, so many different grips you can do to activate the back differently. But it's one of those movements. If you can do a pull-up, you're a strong person. You can do several pull-ups, you're a strong motherfucker. All right. So I like pull-ups. Is the keto diet good for losing weight and building muscle? I don't think the keto diet is necessary for either. I think the keto diet, personally, I think it's some dumb shit. Because who the fuck wants to give up carbs for the rest of their life when they don't have to? You literally don't have to. If you want to lose fat, you don't have to give up carbs. If you want to build muscle, you don't have to give up carbs. You just have to burn more calories than you consume, respective to the fat loss goal, or consume more calories than you burn. You don't have to do it. Right now, there's benefits just like there is to everything. There's pros and cons to everything. But I mean, listen, like you can get some of those benefits doing other shit like ketosis, right? That's what keto is short for. You can enter ketosis just by going on a fast or just doing like a carb cycle, just doing a few days, low carb, no carb. You don't have to be keto forever. You just do a few no carb days, have some keto days, you know what I mean? And then have a high carb day. You know, I teach my clients a little bit of different variations that work for their lifestyle. Like in the free fat loss system you guys got access to, we go over carb cycling methods. So if you want to lose fat and not give up carbs forever, that's a good one. Intermittent fasting, you know, if you have a very busy lifestyle and a lot of the times preparing meals is drudgery, or, you know, you're on the go a lot, you travel a lot, fasting is a great tool to utilize to get your body better at utilizing fat as a fuel source. And it actually helps with like focus and, you know, adapts your body in a lot of very healthy and beneficial ways. So from those perspectives, like you just don't need fucking keto for that. So I think it's some dumb shit, you know. But if you want to do it, like, who am I to say no? You can do whatever you want to do, man. You know. Are you David Goggins' brother? No, not that I know of. Right. My mom is, you know, tell me if somehow we related to Goggins. I don't know. But honestly, I don't think my mom knows who David Goggins is. Nah, man, I'm just me. Goggins is him, and shout out to Goggins, man. You know, do you prefer steak, chicken, or fish? Yo, I'm a steak guy through and through. I really fuck with steak. I think steak is one of the best things ever created. I like salmon too. Like those are my top two. I eat those every week. In fact, when I get off this with you guys, I'm going to order some more of both. And I'm going to eat that and probably watch some anime or something and chill out for the evening. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all my last meeting of the day. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I like steak and salmon. Steak and salmon are the shit. A lot. Guys, I saw this meme earlier. I want to know you guys' thoughts. Type in the chat. Who took the biggest L this year? These are your three options: Diddy, Drake, or Kamala Harris. Right? Who took the biggest L in the chat? Type in the chat. Because I saw that and I just couldn't stop laughing. Who took the biggest L this year? Was it Diddy, Kamala Harris, or Drake? who took the biggest L 2024? How do you feel about calisthenics? I think it's some goofy shit, man. Every time I see somebody like in the park doing like them one arm pull-ups or like hanging upside, like they body is like a flat surface and they doing pull-ins, them levers. I always think like, is this motherfucker auditioning for the next Spider-Man movie? Like, why are you doing this? Like, at what point in life are you ever gonna need to utilize that ability? I don't know any, right? It looks cool. It looks real cool on video, right? I got a mentor. Shout out to my mentor, Brandon Carter. He does like handstand push-ups. It makes sense for him. Why? Because he used to be a trainer. He was a trainer for like almost like two, 3 decades, right? So for him to showcase that ability, it's a strength feat to say, hey, I do this shit, right? But just regular Joe Schmo, right? You doing one arm push-ups and then you about to go to your day shift at T-Mobile. Like, I don't, those things, they just kind of don't match to me. I don't know that you ever gonna need that ability. All right. Okay, Planet says anime. Hey, yeah, man. We rewatching Hunter x Hunter out here. Y'all know the vibes. All right, so we got one vote for Diddy. Diddy took the biggest L of the year. Drake, yeah, I would say Drake. You know what I'm saying? Kamala, yeah, she took a national L. Drake, okay. Drake and Diddy took L's. Yeah, Harris. Yeah, I mean, listen, it's debatable. That's why I wanted to bring it up to y'all, because I was just like, man. Debbie says Diddy. Bruce says Diddy. Harris, she disappeared. Yeah, ain't nobody heard a peep out of Harris, man. It was just, he took that L, man. How would you approach getting back into the gym and eating healthy once again after a 5+ year layoff? Well, first of all, Heartland. So I think you have to recognize that, like, people don't plan to fail at anything they fail to plan. So without a plan, you're going to be lost, right? So think about this: stepping into the gym, just like going to, somebody's house, like a friend of yours or a family member that you've never been to. Let's say like they just moved across state and you're like, hey, come visit, man. I ain't seen you in a while. What's the first question you're going to ask them? Okay, what's your address? Why are you going to ask that? Because the address will show you how to get there, right? You put that in your GPS, you get a roadmap. And so you know what path to follow, right? What turns to make, what exit to get off at to get to that location, to get to your family member, right? For you, right, walking into the gym, just hoping that you get some type of success because you in the gym just doing random shit, winging it. That's the equivalent of getting in that same car, taking that drive with no address. It's stupid. It don't even make sense in that context, right? It sounds ridiculous when I put it like that. But that's what it sounds like when I hear y'all say, yeah, I just go to the gym, I do a couple machines, right? I do a little bit of this. I do whatever I feel like doing this day. I do leg press after it because I just feel like, because of the machine's open. That's what y'all sound like. You sound like somebody that's driving with no direction. What are you doing? You're going to get somewhere, but it ain't going to be where you wanted to get to. So Harlan, so your first objective, get you a plan, get you a game plan, a proven plan, in fact, something that's been shown to have success for people who have the goal that you have in mind. And oh yeah, I forgot to mention, you should have an actual goal, not just I want to lose weight or get healthy. No, that's not a clear, definite goal. You need to set a target. I recommend to my clients all the time, set a 90-day target. Motherfuckers be failing at their New Year's resolutions because the year is long as hell. You're gonna forget your goal within the first like couple months, right? What you really want to do is set something that has a specific end date, a hard deadline that you can shoot for, and you can see how close it is in relation to just a few weeks out, to where one, you can get excited about it, put some pressure on you to take action, but then it can set a benchmark of something you can build upon to continue seeing success all year long. I don't set no New Year's resolutions, man. I got 90-day goals, right? So basically, that's what I would say, Heartland Soul. What are you going to do in the next 90 days? Set a hard 90-day goal. I want to get to X weight by March 31st. And then you do that and you get you a proven plan for somebody that wants to lose that, right? If your goal is to, let's just say, for example, right? What am I promoting tonight? My free fat loss system. Hey, it's a 50 and 5 month formula. Let's say you want to lose 50 pounds. You can just get that plan and just use it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, because you want to lose 50 pounds, but maybe you don't need to lose that. Maybe you need to lose 20 pounds. I don't know. Get a plan for somebody in your position that's proven to help get 20 pounds off of, and just follow it. It's simple, baby. It's simple. Guys, if that helped you, give me a thumbs up in the chat. Ava Nicole says, don't underestimate people. Hey, man, I don't never underestimate people, man. Hey, if y'all want to be Spider-Man, y'all can be Spider-Man, yo. Somebody got to be Spider-Man. It just ain't going to be me. It just ain't going to be me. You know what I'm saying? I just ain't it. Bruce says, Drizzy took the biggest L of the year. Hey, strong case can be made for that. But my mom says it's Harris and Diddy. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I can't. The Harris and Drizzy one is compelling. I don't think Diddy took the biggest L, just because, like, yeah, his reputation's tarnished to some degree. But one thing about like musicians or stars or people in business is, like, if you keep producing, like, you can get that back to some degree if it's not tied to the thing you do. Like, his stuff is like what he did in his personal life, right? But nobody said like, hey, yo, all that music you produce, you actually didn't produce it. Like, it's not tarnishing the thing that he got the money from. Like, all that, you know, that liquor brand you made, it actually wasn't yours, right? Like, his thing, he can come back from, maybe. I don't know, right? I'm not saying, I don't know Diddy and this shit, but, you know, I think he can come back from it, you know. Harris and Drizzy, I don't know if they can come back from it. Can I be a mod to help you? Bobathan, I don't know what that means. But yeah, maybe. I don't know what you're asking me. Trent is subscribed. Hey, I appreciate the love, Trent. Hopefully there's valuable information here. You know what I'm saying? Favorite foods for bulking. I don't have favorite foods for bulking. What I do have is recommendations for some carbs that you can get to get your calories up quickly if you are bulking, right? Now, this is not an issue for a lot of people that's watching this right now. Most of y'all got to lose that fat first before you think about a bulk. A bulk, for the uninitiated, is when you got lean enough to see your abs, and now you like, you know what? I'm about to put on some muscle now, right? That's a motherfucking bulk. So you, my friend, if you struggling getting the bulk, you just got to get more calories than you consume in, right? You gotta consume more than you burn, I should say. And easy carbs for that: oatmeal, dried fruits, pasta, like my man was talking about earlier. Fruit smoothies, it's a good one if you want to put on a lot of calories quickly. It's just all just like opposite shit, like good clean carb sources that give you a lot of calories quickly. Those are like my top picks, you know. Mod means moderator of the chat. Maybe if things get out of control in 2025, I might be looking for a moderator. I got somebody on my team already who can do it. But yeah, I'll keep you in mind, bro. Would it be better to fast and diet before hitting the gym? You can, right? I fast. I never really train on a fed stomach. Most of the time I'm fasted. There's certain points in the year when I do like a mini bulk for like a few weeks. Sometimes I go into those workouts feds, but most of the time I'm fasted. I just feel better. You know what I'm saying? Type, you know what I'm saying? Type a flex emoji in the chat if you feel better training on an empty stomach. I feel like I'm like not the minority on that, right? Some people feel better like that. What's your take on BCAA? It's a bunch of bullshit, Kelvin. It's some marketing bullshit, man. They lying to you. You don't need no fucking BCAAs, man, as long as you're getting enough protein in your diet. You know what the BCAA stands for? Branch chain amino acids. You know what else has branch chain amino acids? Chicken. Right? All the protein that you eat already has branch chain amino acids in it. It's just you have to get a significant amount to be able to repair your muscles, right? And grow muscle. So as long as you actually tracking your macros and you hitting the amount of protein prescribed to your caloric deficit goal, like I talk about in the free fat loss system that you guys can get tonight, you don't need BCAAs. In fact, the additional BCAAs you take in, you just gonna piss them out. Like let's say, for example, right? I'm 185 pounds this morning, right? I'm about 160 something pounds of lean mass, right? So like 20 plus pounds of me is fat, right? All I really need in protein is the lean mass number. So let's just say I got like 165 pounds of lean mass. It's 165 grams of protein is what I need. If I took in BCAAs after that, what's my body gonna do with the extra amino acids? Nothing. I'm pissed that shit out, man. So that's why I don't never talk about it, man, because it's a worthless supplement for most people who can eat enough protein. You know who could benefit from BCAAs? People who don't have a big enough appetite to hit their protein goals. That's the people that could benefit from it. Like let's say you was a bariatric patron, right? And I have coached people who had bariatric surgery. They have a small stomach. And in those instances, I might tell them like, all right, drink your protein, eat a certain amount of protein. They just might not be able to get that in, but it might be easier for them to sip on some BCAAs to get that recovery needed to actually maintain the lean muscle mass. That to me is one of those things, man, that is a special circumstance. Most people are not in that case. So for most people, BCAAs is a bunch of bullshit. All right. That's my take. Guys, I'm about to get out of here. If you want me to go live again tomorrow, drop live in the chat, man. Drop live in the chat. If you want to see me go live again tomorrow. You want your boy to go live again. What's better, Diet Coke or Zevia? Water. That's what's better, man. Fuck both of those, man. They useless. They ain't doing nothing for you. They ain't getting you more hydrated. They ain't improving your strength and performance. You ain't building no more muscle or losing no more fat with both of them. Water is better than both of those. I don't drink neither one of them, baby. What I'm gonna do that for? All right. The streets have spoken. I shall go live again tomorrow and announce it somewhere. I don't know where. All right, y'all. Happy New Year. Peace.